I've just got back from walking the dog and I've got my cleavers water. Can you see them? They're so lovely. They taste really refreshing. They're like a bit like cucumber, I think, in a way. So you pick them, not near the edges because that's where dogs have weed. Pick them, you know, in away from the path and pop them in some water. I use filtered water. Overnight in the fridge. Next morning you've got a delicious drink. Cleavers are really good for your lymph. So if you look at certain plants, they mimic things in our bodies. And if you look at the structure of cleavers and the way it grows, it mimics the lymph in our body. So it's really cleansing and it's really lovely. And it's great for a springtime drink. So that's what I'm on this morning. Cheers!
I was making a video for my Etsy shop about all the different zines that I make, and I thought actually I will add it in here as well. So if you're new to my channel, I'm a zine maker, and a zine is like a mini magazine, and mine are all based on nature, magical practices and connection to things, really, to cycles, to seasons, everything like that. So here's just a selection of some of the ones I've made. I've made over 60 now. I need to do a recount. I think it's something like 68 or something like that, which is crazy when you think about it. I've been making zines for 9 years, but I had a gap. I made one, then had a gap, and then I've been doing it properly as my full-time job for the past 5 years, and it's just amazing. I amaze myself that I've made so many, and I just love doing it. These are all available on my Etsy shop, which is called Dotty Delightful. These are the latest zines that I've made. These are little mini zines all about the sea and sea creatures. And there's a set of 4. You can buy them individually or buy them as a set. And they're so cute. You know that I love to go to the beach and I love the sea. And it's so wonderful that I get to make things like this, because as I'm making them, I learn about things as well. It's such a cute process. I work on Canva, on my iPad, collage things, cut and paste and stick, get my books out, research. Oh, I'm in my element, I tell you. So these are also available on my Etsy shop. To share this with you. Oh my god, when the sun comes into the studio and reflects off the chandelier light, oh, it's so beautiful. I could just stare at it all day. Look at the rainbows everywhere. When I got this light, Tom was like, that is really horrible, it's ugly. It's proper like blingy, but I actually really like it, even though it's grey. I mean, it'd be nicer in a different colour like hot pink, but look at the light, how it reflects off they're not real crystals, they're like a plasticky thing, but oh my gosh, the way that the light dances on the ceiling, I just love it.
thing that I was just talking about, my cleaver's water. And I had an amazing order overnight of, you know, the little mini zines that I make. Fairy and forest ones. I was so excited. I didn't have my glasses on and my phone ka-chinged. I've been doing something called the law of assumption, and that is where you assume things have already happened. So every morning before I turn my phone on, because in the evening I switch it onto aeroplane mode, let me just get cozy, I assume that I'm going to get an order. So when I get an order on my phone, it makes a ka-ching noise, just like an old-fashioned till. I love it. So this morning I turned my phone on. I was like, I assume I'm going to get an XD order, and I did, which was amazing. And when I went on it, it was for a little zine, and I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I noticed there was another order that had come in overnight, but I didn't have my glasses on. So I looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's nice, £8, thank you very much. And then I was like, I'm sure there's a 0 on the end of that. So I ran and got my glasses, and it was a big order. I won't tell you how much it was for, or what it was for, because it's a gift for some people, and I don't know if those people watch this channel. But let's put it this way, it's made my whole week, and it's only Tuesday. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your fantastic order today. It's honestly, it's made my whole day already, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that was wonderful. So Tom's got lots of printing to do, bless him, when he gets home from work tonight, and that's all right. So yeah, I'm just packing orders again today, and got my boxes and things ready. Just was checking there's nobody's address on it. I love these because they're pink. And got my wrapping paper, tissue paper. This is from Rex London. I always buy from there because it's really good quality. That's not an ad either. You've got to always make this disclaimer nowadays, haven't you, when you when you're saying something on a video, so because you like it, you've got to always, oh, this is not an ad, it's not sponsored. I'll tell you when, if I get sponsored, I'll tell you. I'll be like, guess what, guys? But yeah, Rex London tissue paper. I love it. I just love it. These are only small. This is actually grease-proof paper for wrapping sandwiches in, but it's a perfect size for a zine, a single zine. And I just love the patterns. Really pretty, aren't they? So all my tissue paper and greaseproof paper, it feels very much like tissue paper actually, comes from Rex London, and yeah, I love it. It gives me a little bit of a buzz every time I wrap an order because it's pretty. So I've got them to do today, and what else have I got to do? I'm going to write it's a blog post. I've been asked to write a blog post for some wonderful herbal ladies that I know, and I've got to do that. I've got to answer a survey because somebody bought a zine that owns a zine library, and they want to add some information to go in my zines. That was lovely. Got to do that. And also I want to carry on painting. So you know, I've been, I'll show you, you know, I've been painting these. Oops, I just dropped one. I was painting these. I made this one. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, so I've been painting all these. I want to get these finished today and listed. So they're all like that, and I've got some that are plain. So I made this because I'd seen some pocket altars, but they're made of fabric, and I thought, hang on a minute, I can paint one. So I did. It's got like the compass signs on it and everything, and the different elements, all different elements. And the idea was that you fold it up to make a pocket altar like this. So this is my prototype in paper. So you fold it up like this, and that'll have a little seal on it. And then when you open it out, and that is what's inside. Trouble is, I've done this on watercolour card, and it is quite thick. So I will try and fold it, but I think I need to score it maybe with a ruler and a craft knife so it folds easily. And the other issue I had was, my idea is that I was going to scan these in and then print them off. So if somebody orders one, I can print one off and keep the original. but the back's plain. And I haven't figured out, and Tom hasn't figured out yet, how to print a front and a back so they're exactly the same on the paper, because you don't want to print two lots of paper and having to stick them together. Do you know what I mean? So they might actually just be originals, and I just might make them really fancy. I've got a wax seal. What is that noise? Oh, it's my drawers. I've got a wax seal, so when it's folded up together I could do a wax seal. So if I'm going to paint them originally like this, I will paint the back as well to make it look all pretty. Looks like a bird. Oh, it's a compass bird. But yeah, I thought they were a really lovely idea, and in my head they worked really well to fold up easily like this. But this is on paper, you see, so that's why it works better. I could get watercolour paper, but it is much thinner than the watercolour card, so yeah, I'm not sure, but I'd like to do something with them. And then these ones, I'm not quite sure. I was going to write on them, but I actually think they're quite cute on their own. These are also on watercolour card. Look at the shimmer. I love that shimmer. So yeah, so I want to... Oh, I went really close then, didn't I? I want to finish them. I'm still here. I'm just off camera because I'm just grabbing the others. And this is one that I've started. Look at the golden copper. It's nice, isn't it? And I'm going to write a quote on there. Well, stamp a quote on there. I've got some that I've stamped and then I'll embellish, but I think it's better to do it this way round. It's easier. And yeah, these ones are the plain ones before I've started painting over. So, well, they're not actually plain. These were all together, not like that. They were in a different bit. I don't know, that doesn't belong with that one, but it was a big sheet and I made it like cosmic and like the night sky, and these have also got shimmery gold on, and it was, yeah, it was a massive sheet, and I was like, ooh, what am I going to do with that? And so I've started making smaller paintings with quotes on. So I think they're really lovely, and I'm going to be popping them on my Etsy. So they are actually original paintings, which is brilliant, that you could frame. Aren't they lovely? I love that one. Sorry, I'm a bit obsessed with the shiny. And the other things that I'm going to do is plant my candy tuft seeds. Planted these last year. The bees loved them, absolutely loved them, and I planted them in a little basket and they grew like loads, and I've also collected the seed from last year as well, but I had these left over, so they're called fairy mixed. I love that, so I'm going to plant these today. And then I think I might, what did I do with my arm then? Then I think I'm going to go to the allotment for a bit. How about that then? So today's Tuesday, which is not really an allotment day in my brain schedule, but I thought, seeing as I've already had a big order, tick for my money for the day, and I'm up early, I've already walked Badger, I've already done some things, I thought I might as well get my work done and then pop to the allotment, even if it's just for a couple of hours later on this evening, just to keep up and do things. And then it's a full allotment day tomorrow. My friend Susan's coming, who won't be on camera because she don't like being on camera, but I'm going to get her on camera one day. I'm determined, even if she's 89. Yeah, so Susan's coming up tomorrow so I can show her around the allotment, because she's not seen it yet. Susan is the one with the gorgeous garden that I've shown in previous videos, who has them, oh, beautiful, beautiful. It's like something out of country living, honestly, it's gorgeous. So that's what I'm doing today, and yeah, I'll get on with it, Anna.
10 minutes of waffling. Let's get on with it. While I'm knotting these zines up, I thought I might as well have a little chat to you. So I've been thinking. I've been thinking again. I'm always bloody thinking. So I've been thinking about, well, everything really in the world, what's happening. And what I've realised is, when I'm at home, my mind chatters all the time, constantly. And when I'm at the allotment, it doesn't. And I didn't realise this till the other day, because I came home from the allotment Tom and I had been, and I got back and I was just sat having a cup of tea, and he said, "Oh, you look so peaceful." And I said, "I am. I feel really peaceful." And then I realised when I'm at the allotment, everything in my brain shuts up. All I do is think like, "Oh, look at that bee," or, you know, "This is a nice plant," or, "Oh, look, I've discovered this thing." But generally I'm listening to the birds and concentrating fully on what I'm doing, and I'm in the moment, and that brings me such peace and joy, but mainly mental quiet. And I know that nature does that anyway, but if I'm on a nature walk or something, for example, I still do get thoughts popping in my head all the time. But at the allotment, I think because it's a job, I've got a purpose there, what I'm doing. It doesn't do it the same. And also when I'm at the allotment, I can't have that guilty feeling of, "Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be at home, I don't know, washing up, or I should be at home making a new zine, or, you know, I should be working on my business or something," because I'm full of purpose, because I'm at the allotment and that's my purpose for the day, or for the time that I'm there. It doesn't have to be a full day, it could just be an hour or two. And it's such a beautiful feeling, and the only other time really that I get that feeling on my own is when I'm painting. If I'm painting something that I'm really interested in, or that I'm absorbed in, then that's the same thing. But I do have music on while I'm painting. At the allotment, I don't have any, any music on or anything. And it doesn't feel like that sense of achievement, I suppose. I love it, like when the painting's finished and I look and I go, wow, I've done that kind of thing from nothing. But it doesn't have that same, I don't know if it's because it's physical. Being at the allotment's a physical thing as well. It could be that. But yeah, it's such a lovely feeling. And I was thinking about, cause I've got sons, they're grown up now. They are 30, 26 and 25. And the youngest lives with us. And I was thinking about boys in general and men. How I think a lot of them have lost their purpose. So I did an interview. Got really itchy ear today. I did an interview with a girl that is doing a project for university, and she said to me, "Are you a feminist?" I said, "No." Straight away I was like, no, I'm not. And she was surprised. She said, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we had this really big discussion about it. I don't know if I've mentioned that in another video, but since then, that was a few months ago, and the things that I've been seeing online and stuff, I do think that boys and men even have lost their innate purpose of, I'm a protector, I'm a provider, this is what I do. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't work, obviously, because I do, or that we shouldn't be independent. I was a single mum for 8 years, so power to us all, like, not that at all. But I think years ago, roles were more defined and men knew what they were doing. And I have noticed that if Tom's outside doing something physical, like me, I don't know, there's something more fulfilling for him. Not in the same way that I do, like I absolutely love it. I'd be there all the time. He's not like that in that way. But look, what's not to love? Fresh air, sunshine, listening to the bird song, having your hands in the earth, like that. Just having your hands in the earth, it does something to your body. All the stuff of it. And I was thinking, years ago when men would have been chopping wood for the fire and doing things like that, physical things with that purpose in mind, I think mental health wouldn't be as bad. Now, obviously, I'm not a man and I can't speak on behalf of men in that way, but I am a mum to sons and I have got a male partner. And I have got male friends, and I know that some have really suffered with their mental health, like really suffered. So where am I going with all this? I've kind of lost my train of thought now because I just went off then into my own world of somebody. That's a really loud noise. Must be a big truck. Right, let me try and bring it back. What was the purpose of this talk? It was about purpose. Goodness sakes. So yeah, I think that a lot of people have, not even just men, I think women as well have lost their innate purpose of being here, and that causes a lot of mental health problems. And I am all for women's rights. Of course I am. I'm all for men's rights as well. I'm all for equal rights and balance in everything. Balance in all things. That's what I am. So I wouldn't call myself a feminist in that way. I don't really like the label of that and how it was taken over by lots of angry women, and it's been turned into something that it didn't start out as. And I know why women are angry. I know it,
I understand it. I do understand it all, but I wouldn't call myself one. That's just my personal preference. That doesn't mean that I don't do certain things in a feminist way. But I do believe that we need both. We need both the men and the women to come together in amicable ways, working to strengths and weaknesses. Because let's face it, men's bodies are built differently to women's bodies. Oh, of course they are. Our bodies are nurturing and for creating, and men's bodies are for strength. And if there's certain things that I refuse to lift, because lifting heavy things for a woman is not good for you anyway, because of your womb space. But I know even if I tried or I wanted to, I can't lift something as heavy as Tom can lift. I'm just not made that way. Now, some people might be thinking, well, there's weightlifting women that can lift really heavy things. And yeah, there is. And good luck to them. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do and that's your passion, brilliant. You do that. You do that and enjoy it. But I'm on about the average woman that's not a weightlifter. Our bodies are just built differently. We're just made differently. And I think in our quest for equality, because it's been sadly lacking for so long, that it's almost like everything's had to become equal to a man, and it's just not physically possible. And yeah, you could push yourself and you could do stuff like when I was a single mum, I did stuff because I had to, because I didn't have a man in my life to do things. But was I wrecked every month when I was on moon time? Yeah, I was. So I'm, you do what you do because you need to, don't you? I don't even know why I started all this. I do. The allotment. Are you still with me? I'm tiring myself out here, going round in circles. The allotment brings me mental peace, complete mental peace, gives me a purpose, a full purpose, and it feels lovely. And maybe that's all I needed to say at the beginning of this video, because that is the truth of it. It's peaceful, brings me purpose, and that feels good. And I think that's what we all need in our lives. I think when we don't have a purpose and we don't have peace, we flounder, we end up with mental health problems, we feel less than, and that's not a good space to be in. And I always think, but I'm going to say it this time, this is just my opinion. So if you are new to my channel and you're watching this for the first time and you're like, whoa, I don't agree with that. Just, that's okay. That's okay. We all have different opinions. We all have different life experiences. We've all been through different things. We are all viewing things through our own lenses and the way that we have been taught, the things that we've learned, the experiences that we've had, the support that we've had or not had, our financial circumstances, where we live. It all comes into it. And anytime I talk about anything, it's just from my opinion and just from my experiences and my perspective. That doesn't mean I'm right. What do I know? I'm just a person, and that doesn't mean that I'm wrong either, because maybe I am right, but maybe I'm not. Nobody knows, We're all just existing here in these earth bodies, and
we're all just trying our best. We're all just doing what we can. Yeah, so if you don't agree at all, you definitely feel free to comment and tell me what you feel and what you think, in a kind way. Let's all be kind to each other. I do love it when people have conversations in the comments. It's really lovely, and I've got to say, I think I'm very, very lucky that I have lots of kind people on this channel that follow me and that leave me comments and send me messages and stuff. So I am ever so grateful, because I know that on lots of platforms that isn't the case. You end up saying something and you end up with getting loads of shit for it. So yeah, I am really grateful for you all that are on this channel and that comment. And the takeaway, let's think of a takeaway. The takeaway for it is that if you are feeling rudderless, if you are feeling purposeful-less, if you don't have a purpose, and if you are suffering with your mental health, then do something. It might be going into nature and doing something, or it could be something else that you enjoy. I talk about nature because that's what I really enjoy. Just try something. I know that's really hard when you've got mental health issues, because you feel like, what's the point of it? What's the point? But I do promise that if you go and do something different, it really helps. It really, really helps. And there's loads, even if you don't have anywhere to grow yourself, there's loads of community schemes where you can go and help out or volunteer, or even just go and sit in the park. Have you ever done some guerrilla gardening? I'm excited about telling you about this. Guerrilla gardening. Let me just grab my cuppa because I got really itch. Do you know the other day? Oh, look at that. I got bitten by a bloody ant on the allotment, didn't I? Well, twice. I got bitten on... I need to stop itching it. I got bitten on my arm and I got bitten on my leg. And it's still itchy 2 days later. Let me just grab my brew. I'm back. I'm meant to be packing orders, but instead I'm just chatting to you lot. So, guerrilla gardening. When I lived in Blackpool, that was proper northern, wasn't it? When I lived in Blackpool, there was no green spaces apart from one big park that was way out the town. And me and a few people got together. We'd go out in the evening and we'd plant seeds in wasteland and at the edges of car parks and things like that. And it was so lovely. And then there was this big car park right in the middle of town. And it was just like mud and weeds and stuff, and people used to chuck rubbish in it. And we went and planted loads of flowers. We took all the rubbish out, planted loads of flowers. It was beautiful. It was so lovely. And then the bloody council, a few days later, concreted over the whole thing. I mean, what? We was gutted. We was absolutely gutted. But guerrilla gardening is good fun. And also, if it gives you a little sense of, oh, I'm a little bit naughty doing something. But if it does get left and it does grow, it's wonderful because the bees come, makes people happy. People, do you know what I mean? It's a lovely thing to do. So even if you've got nowhere to grow yourself, go and do a little bit of that. Should I be encouraging you to be naughty? Yeah, I should. But yeah, it is. It's lots of fun. And talking of that, been having this realisation this week. I've seen quite a few posts on socials about colour. And as you know, I like colour and I'm colourful. But it's talking about how since the 90s, colour has started to be sucked out. Late 90s, this is sucked out of the world. So pre
late 90s, cars were all different colours. There was like yellows, oranges, there's loads of different colours. And now they're mainly dull grey, black, white. There are red and blue. We've got a blue car. But they're not vibrant like they used to be. Same with buildings. There was a video I watched about McDonald's. And I remember this being a kid. The McDonald's was so colourful. And if you Google 80s McDonald's, they were so bright and colourful. They had all things all around them, like not sculptures, but you know, what do you call them? I want to say installations, but I don't think that's the right word either. Like characters and stuff like that all around them. And now they're just so boring, absolutely boring and plain. And people's clothes, next time you go into town, have a look. How many people just wear black and grey and muted tones? Because that's what sold a lot in the shops. Just really boring colours. Now, I know some people love wearing black. But I'm just on about generally, next time you go into your town or a city, just have a look. And the people that do wear the colour, they're the ones that stand out because it looks so different. But back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, everybody was colourful. And colour really affects your mood. Yellow is for joy. Yellow brings you loads of joy. And yeah, when you wear colour, it affects your mood as well. So this does sound a little bit like, oh, here we go, down a rabbit hole. But I think it's true. The more colour and the more it's sucked out the world and the more drab it is, the more everybody feels rubbish about themselves. So it's my mission to bring colour back. Let's bring colour back. And I want you to join me. Anything you can do to bring colour back, bring it back. And guerrilla gardening is a great way of doing that. Planting things that are colourful. Even if you plant seeds, flowers, seeds, and then you just wait and watch them grow. But just to let you know, it is disheartening though if the council come and kill them off. But yeah, let's try and be more colourful. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want to be like you and wear colourful clothes. I feel like it stands out too much. But is there something else you could do? Could you paint your front door a different colour? What about that? Our front door needs painting. It really does. I'm going to have to do it soon, I think. But yeah, what colour could you do that? Or could you get a planter for your windowsill with all beautiful coloured flowers in it? Let's really try and bring some colour back to the world. We need to. Anyway, I've waffled on quite a lot right now about all sorts of things, but it's been nice having a cup of tea with you. Cheers! And I really do need to get on with these orders and get to the post office. Otherwise, I'm never going to get to the allotment, am I? So I'll see you in a bit. So today at the allotment, me and my lovely friend Kat have been making a pond. We dug a big hole, which took ages, and I'm just about to fill it up with some water from the water butt. So this is the first bit of water in the pond. We've already had frogs trying to jump in the hole, which was really cute. I think it's going to take a while. So I made it like the pond that I made in the backyard. You can see that video, I'll link it in the description below, where you've got a ramp up in the middle with some stones so any creatures that fall in can get out. This one's quite deep. It's a quarter, maybe nearly half of a water butt that we've sunk in and then edged it with some rocks and things. And eventually I'll get some plants for inside it and plant some things around the edge as well. So it's very exciting. just at the garden centre with my friend. Oh, there's too much, there's so many things. It's really lovely. I've picked up some beetroots because my beetroot's not been growing. Somebody's just put a truck on, and as soon as I stop recording, the truck stops. Yeah, there's loads of things here. It's really beautiful. It's a lovely day. I was at the allotment this morning, and now we've come to the garden centre to see what we can find. There's so many things. So I was saying I'm going to get some beetroot because the seeds that I've sown are not growing at all. I think they've gone out over, so I'm just going to get some of these, and I'm also going to get some sweet pea seeds and some nasturtium seeds because I've got none of them left. But it's really lovely here today. It's another allotment day today. Oh, I love allotment days, and I can't wait to show you what we've been doing. This week we put a pond in, so me and my friend Kat put a pond in, and it was full of froggies. Ooh. And I've been making a lovely fern corner because there's a dark spot by the shed, so planting all ferns and things in that corner to make it look pretty. Yeah, lots going on. So I'm gonna pop to the allotment now with Tom because it's the weekend and he's got the day off, so we can get lots done today. So let's go and look at the plot. So in this bed now we've got rhubarb, strawberries, kohlrabi, celeriac, leeks, courgettes, beetroots, another courgette, and then I've planted more beetroot seeds. I've put a sage and some flowers in, and then spring onions. So I have done a few things in rows just so I know where they are, but other things are quite random. And I've also planted calendula seeds along the edges as well, so when they come up they'll be beautiful. Let's have a little update on the pond. So look, this has come out now. It's so pretty. I love the colour. So no froggies so far in the pond. I've swapped it a bit. I put a plant pot in, it's terracotta, so they can hide in it because at home they like to do that. And there's all wildflower seeds around here, so when they grow it'll be really lovely. And then all these black currant bushes are going mental, like they're doing really well. I think next week when we get some rain everything will go wild. And then the kale, nearly forgot what it was called then. The kale's coming back. It got eaten at first, but it's coming back, which is good. And the potatoes are doing all right as well. So just a little update. Today I've been planting, I'll take you around, been planting flowers, like all different kinds of wildflowers, and a bronze fennel that I brought home from home in there. We've got a lemon balm, a rosemary, so it's getting there. It's all higgledy-piggledy, but it's getting there. Now for the ant problem, I've put loads of old wood there, so I'm hoping they stay in that pile, and I've just been starting to put compost on top and planting wildflowers in it. I don't mind if they're just in there and they have a little nice life in their house. Since my friend Kat came and dug this path up, and then Tom started digging this path up, it's much easier. And we've also been putting peppermint oil on our boots, and that seemed to deter them, because the other day I was in that corner sorting the rockery bit out, planting up a fern, adding a mirror because there's a hole in the fence there, so I just added that out the way. And it doesn't get direct sun on it, so it's not going to cause a fire. But I was stood over here, and under here it's absolutely teeming with them, loads. And I was stood here and they never came near me, and I think that's because of the peppermint oil. So the patch for the squash is getting bigger and bigger. It's getting higher and higher, so I reckon we'll have really tall squashes. But yeah, I'm getting there, and it's another glorious day. Look at that blue sky. Oh, take it in, everyone. Beautiful blue sky. My friend Susan gave me this table. It's a tabletop that the legs are round by the shed, so I'm going to pop that up. I'm going to get Tom to help me shift it because it is quite heavy. I'm going to sort this area out around here. This is all stuff for the tip, and I'm going to put the table here for now until we can get the shed sorted. So I know I keep saying a lot, sorry, it's because I'm a little bit tired now. It's gorgeous. I've got my visor on, and I've also been wearing a shirt now to stop the back of my neck burning, because I did get burnt the other day. I mean, my dungarees, which I love, and the bees love as well. They keep landing on me. I think they think I'm a giant bee. So yeah, so getting there bit by bit, slowly, and you know, this is a lesson in patience for me. I am not a patient person. I want something done, I want it to look beautiful, and I want it to be finished and ready. This is a lesson for me. Definitely, it's teaching me that I've got to be patient. I can do it bit by bit. We don't have the finances to get it all done. You know, we can just get bits when we can, and that's totally fine. And I've got an exciting thing to show you. This is the wildflower patch, and look, the little tiny seeds are growing, they're sprouting, little sprouts are coming out. So I've dug over this patch, which is along that patch I was doing, and I've added some organic compost, and in here I've done a bit of what's called chaos gardening. So I've put squash, beetroot, onion and peas in here, and then I've just got these branches that we chopped down last week. They look really vibrant and alive on the video, but they're not, they're pretty dead, to make this structure. And these taller ones, these ones, I've had them in the back garden since last year. If these start looking like they're going to come alive, I'll pull them out and get some bamboo, but I just thought, well, let's give it a go, see what happens. So I have left a gap here. This is one long bed, but I think for ease of getting through and picking things, I'm going to leave a gap here for a path there. No, here actually. I'm going to leave a gap here, and then I can pick the peas and stuff, and then here I'm going to plant some chard, because the trouble is with these beds being like they are, and I'm only little, it's a bit awkward trying to get around everything. So I think it's better when they're in two sections. I know you're losing a bit of growing space, but I mean, we've got plenty, haven't we? So I'm done for today at the allotment. It's boiling, really hungry, and I really need a wee. That's the only trouble with not having any toilets on site. You've got to go home, so it's a good job I don't live far away, isn't it? So it's been a really good day on the plot. Done quite a bit. Really happy with it. I still love it.
Finally, I want to show you these moss brooches that I made. If you've seen my other videos where I was at felting class, this is what I've ended up creating by embellishing them. There are 3 to choose from, and they are available now on my Etsy called Dotty Delightful.